Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. On Tuesday, I need to make sure you guys are clear on what I need from the colonial stations. So I'm just going to make a quick video to explain, give you an example. So the colonial stations were supposed to have been done by Friday, but things happen. The yearbook pictures are very chaotic. I understand, but make sure that's done number one. So that should have been done, but if it wasn't done, I understand, but it needs to be done 100% by Tuesday. In addition to some of the station questions, all of the station questions, I want you to annotate some specific characteristics that you can infer from the documents or from the questions. And basically ask yourself this one question, okay? How does this information in either the document or the answer that I wanted you to get from the document characterize the colony, okay? So was I looking for a political characteristic? Was I looking for a social characteristic? Was I looking for an economic characteristic? Was I looking for maybe a reason for immigration? Okay, so I want you to be able to categorize the New England, Chesapeake, Middle, and Southern colonies, not in that order. I put one in the wrong order. But if necessary, when you're looking over your answers, go back, look for evidence. If you're confused, go back and skim the document. You're simply looking for information to characterize aspects of that region. Okay, if we were doing the French and the Spanish, an example would be a characteristic of French colonies was fur trade. Well, that would be definitely economic. Okay, Spanish colonies. Well, this would be a little more complicated, but the missions. Okay, that would be focus on Catholicism. I think I spelled that right. Okay, obviously the Spanish were looking for gold. Okay, economic reasons. So I'm looking for some characteristics of these colonies. So I'm going to give you an example. So we're going to look at an example from your colony station. So we're going to go down to one that looks like document 6 from the New England colonies. So we're going to go to document 6. Okay, this is from the podcast, and this is about slavery. So hopefully you've already answered the question. So on Tuesday, this is one we can kind of skim through. So the question was, why did New England colonists feel that slavery was okay? Well, it was legal in England and it was in the Bible. Yay! That's the same answer that you have. Congratulations. Okay. Well, let's do our second one. Okay. Same document. In what document did the first justification and legalization of slavery come from? In what document? In that document, how could a person gain slaves? Well, in your document, it told you that the name of that document was the Body of Liberties from, or based on, based on the Magna Carta. Okay, and you should know what the Magna Carta is: a guarantee of rights and privileges in 1215, and that's basically giving people this idea that I have rights, and one of those rights can be slavery. Okay, and so the other part of the question: how could a person gain slaves? Well, in that document, you could get slaves through prisoners of war or having them sold to you. Okay, so that's the second question for that document. Number 3, and what did the Connecticut Code of Laws of 1646 outline about slavery and why it was okay? It said specifically, slavery is used as a punishment for both Indian and African slaves. Okay, so now that we've answered that, what can we get from all 3 of these answers? Well, it's about slavery. Is it political? Is it social? Well, it's definitely going to be social. It may lead to some economic things. But again, this is sort of saying that slaves are going to be treated as property. But really, it's only used as punishment. It was in the Bible. So we're not getting a sense of a strong reliance on slaves in New England as we do, say, in the middle or southern colonies. So I think what we would say here, in maybe a different color when you do it, is that slavery was limited to these rules. And of course, that's going to be, it is a social and economic, because obviously it is going to have an effect on the culture of the area, but also the economic areas. And you could go back to the previous document when it talks about what kind of jobs slaves had. So again, this characterizes the New England colonies socially and economically through slavery as not having such a reliance on slavery. Other documents prove other things about slavery. So we're just trying to find characteristics. Okay. So for Tuesday, this is really what I'm just looking for you. For this section here, it could be individual questions as well, but what did you learn about the colony socially, economically, politically from your answers and from your documents? And that's it. Make sure that's done. Okay. If you do that, you're in real good shape. Okay. So again, one more thing to think about might be a reason for immigration. So if you've read the other documents, one of the focuses you'll see is what is a reason for immigration for these New England colonists? Well, a big reason is not going to be money. They're not after making tons of money like the cash crops of the South. Really, the immigration reason is going to be for religious freedom, okay? Job opportunities. Again, we're just characterizing. So that should not take you a ton of time. The only thing that's going to take you time is thinking about why the focus on these documents was what it was. What was I trying to get you to think about? What sort of characteristics? Again, hope you have a great weekend. I will see you Tuesday. Make sure you have this done, or it's going to hurt my heart. Deuces.